Okay. My apologies. This is the first time I'm ever doing this. I know that's not an excuse, but I did not know what I was doing. But we got everything figured out now. Everything's fine. Presumably so. Are we able to? Alrighty. My apologies for that. We just had to start everything over. So everything should be good now. Those who Oh no, I hope we didn't lose anybody. I think we did. Oh no. Alrighty, alright. Hopefully we didn't lose anybody, if that is the case. But we just had some technical errors. Need to get that all sorted out. YouTube wouldn't let me go in and re-edit anything, so I don't know why, but wasn't able to do so. But we made it back just in time. And I think we are all now, which is good for us because the game just started. As a matter of fact, the Dallas Cowboys are in the middle of their first drive. Type 1 in the chat and hear me, because that's what I was trying to figure out initially. It's nice to get some audience feedback. Alrighty. But everything's presumably working. I like to think so. Which means, hold on one second. I could whip out this. Yes, I've been working on this. I'm so proud of it. I'm more proud of it than I should be. But anyway. Hold on one second. Alrighty. Now that we got that out of the way, let's hold on one second. Alrighty. We should all be good now. We're just picking up. It's currently 11:22 left in the first quarter. It's 1st and 10. Dallas Cowboys have the ball first. Oh boy. All right. All righty. It's 1st and 10 for Dallas. Dak was initially under center, but now he's back in the gun. No back. 5 wideouts. Dak drops back. He throws over the middle. He intended for CeeDee Lamb, but it was incomplete. 2nd and 10. Carlton Davis was on the coverage there. I don't even know if I fixed the chat situation or not. You know what? I'll figure it out on a different day. It's first live stream. Everyone has issues with their first in multiple ways. All right, handoff here to Ezekiel Elliott. He goes up maybe a 2-yard gain down to the 40-yard line. That brings up a 3rd and 8, if I'm not mistaken. 10:55 left in the first quarter. Yep, I was correct. 3rd and 8. Dallas moving the ball a little bit. First drive of the season, everyone's sort of getting their rush. You saw that all throughout the first day. Everyone was a little rusty here and there. You're not expecting to be perfect week 1, but it wouldn't be the NFL if you didn't overreact to everything. Dak drops back on the snap. He throws it, and he completes it to Anthony Brown for a first down, close to the 30. They're sniffing outside of Tampa Bay red zone. New set of downs for the Dallas Cowboys. We are now at the 10-minute mark here in the first quarter. Oh, that was beautiful. That was beautiful. It was just a stop. It was just a stop route. Ooh. But, oh, it's a wildcat. We got a wildcat here. Pollard fakes the pitch to Dak, but it goes nowhere. It got sniffed out by, who is that? Oh, that's the rookie Hall, the rookie second-round pick for the Bucs making the tackle. That was I believe, a 3-yard loss. Dallas pulling out some trickery early on. I like it. First game, I don't know what. First drive of the season. I don't know why you need to pull it out that early, but hey, why not? Have a little fun. Football's back. Have a little fun with it. It was only a 1-yard loss by Dallas. 2nd and 11 now. Play action to Pollard. Ooh, that was dangerous. They tried to do a screen to CeeDee Lamb. Ball bounced in the air. That could have been dangerous. It bounced right into an area where there was a lot of red jerseys. Yeah, Winfield just blew that up. It was a screenplay, and Winfield just blew up Dalton Schultz on that. All right, we're starting to get a little bit of more people back in it. A little more. Dak drives back, a little pressure. He throws, and it was behind the intended receiver. It's now 4th down. 4th and 11, and it looks like they're going to send the field goal unit out. It was Levante David on the coverage. It was intended for Dalton Schultz. Dak had a little bit of pressure, threw it right behind Schultz. Shaq Barrett. I completely forgot. Tyron Smith is going to be out. The rookie Tyler Smith, the rookie first-rounder, is in there. He's going to have a rough. His first game in the NFL, it's going to be against Shaq Barrett. That's a rough one. For a player who already didn't have the greatest pass protection film coming out. 51-yard attempt. Kick is up, and it is good. First points of the game. First points of the game for the Dallas Cowboys. Up 3-0. First drive gets 3 points for the Dallas Cowboys. Couple of missed opportunities there. A screenplay that got blew up. A wildcat formation that got blew up. But only the first drive, first game. Still a whole lot of football left. Nothing to overreact to right now. I don't like that. I want something to overreact to. I want something to overreact to. We're currently in commercial break. But anyway, the games early on today, they were an adrenaline rush, weren't they? As I was talking earlier, before I discovered we had a bit of issues, I'm still, like I said, I'll go more in depth on the podcast that will be up Wednesday morning, for those of you new. While we're in commercial break, I'll go over a little bit more about what this channel will exactly be. So I am planning on doing weekly Sunday Night Football streams every single Sunday from now until the end of the season. As far as the playoffs will go, I will be streaming playoff games that are on Sunday, maybe Saturday, depending on my schedule, my availability to do that. As far as Thursday night games, like I said, not as of right now, not in the cards. But if my schedule allows me to do such a thing, I will be able to do that, and it'll be impromptu. I'll send it out on Twitter. I'll send it out on Snapchat. Anybody that follows me there, I will let y'all know when exactly that will be. But yes, it will be weekly streams for mostly Sunday Night Football games, as well as a weekly podcast, Double Diesel Sports Pod, every Wednesday around noon o'clock. Of course, I'm talking for a living and I can't speak. But yes, my brain sometimes just does not work. But yes, I will have the Double Diesel Sports Podcast every Wednesday at 12 o'clock, noon Eastern Standard Time. It will be available for Patreon members, early for Patreon members, Tuesday night to be exact. which then leads me into, as we get back, kickoff is a touchback. Bucs will get the ball at the 25. But as I was saying, my Patreon, patreon.com/Double Diesel Sports. You will there get a bunch of different cool features, exclusive content, early access to all content, both podcast related and non-podcast related, that are uploaded to this channel, as well as weekly picks, weekly false start, flag on the play, I believe. Looks to be a false start. The first drive of the game for the Bucs, and it's a false start. He's going to kick him back 5. But where was I? Oh, yeah, the Patreon. So the Patreon, everything will be, I already talked about. Oh, yeah, I will have exclusive content in there, such as weekly picks, film breakdowns for specific players, specific games, depending on my schedule. Again, everything is based around what my schedule is. Screen pass to Chris Godwin, and Godwin breaks free. He makes up for the 5 yards and plenty more. He gets knocked out of bounds hard. Oh, my goodness. That's a great play to start the drive. Turn a negative into a positive fast. How did this work so well? Oh, yeah, the left tackle came over and just blew up the safety. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my God. He took out 2 corners on that. Oh, my goodness. New set of downs for the Bucs. Hand off to Leonard Fournette. About a 2-yard gain. It'll be 2nd and 8. But Patreon, and also Patreon will allow you access to mailbag questions for the podcast as well. I will also, when the offseason rolls around and we are no longer in the NFL season, that's when I will start doing draft content, which I'm really excited to do. I will be creating a big board, a big draft board. Brady draws back, throws it down the middle, wide open. Mike Evans at the 35-yard line. He is wrapped up immediately. Man, 3 plays and the Bucs are already deep into Dallas territory. But for $20 a month, Patreon members will have access to my draft board, as well as team-specific mock drafts when I can get them out. Prospect-specific breakdowns requested, and both prospects that I want to show. And I believe that's all the rundown. I believe so, yes. There's another first down. Leonard Fournette breaks a tackle, takes it down near the 25-yard line on the first down run. About an 8-yard run, I believe. It'll be about 2nd and 2. I think I covered everything I wanted to cover. And we should be good. But, all right, it's 2nd and 3. Another handoff to Fournette. 3rd carry on the drive, and he just gets stuffed. Maybe a 2-yard gain at best, maybe. But it will bring up 3rd down. Bucs having a nice little drive so far. But the Dallas front is able to hold up that one. A big question for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers is this new offensive line for them is completely revamped. You have Alex Kappa, who left in free agency. You have handoff to Fournette, and he just gets blown up. That's DeMarcus Lawrence. That's about a 2-yard loss. It's going to bring up 4th down. They're going to bring out the field goal unit. DeMarcus Lawrence just blew that up. Tampa had a nice little drive going, but they went 3 straight running plays. First one worked. Second didn't. But they're going to bring out Ryan Suckup for a field goal attempt. How long is this? About 44 yards. 44-yard attempt for Suckup. Snap, ball down. Kick is up, and it is good. And we have a 3-all ball game. We have a 3-all ball game. And hold on one second. All righty. And hold on one second. I'm just adjusting the scoreboard real quick. God, this is more more tedious than I thought it would be. But it's what you have to do in order to provide somewhat reasonable content. And would you look at that? Yeah, so I'm not able to actually get a scoreboard down because my desktop, which is what I'm filming this on, does not have the proper updates to run a scoreboard, at least nothing that I was able to find. So I'm manually going into Pixlr and updating all of this. So if you see me looking into the abyss with a somewhat blank stare, this is the reason why. But it's perfect timing too. We just got back from commercial break. All right. 5:05 left in the first. Kickoff deep. There's going to be no return on that. Touchback out to the 25. It'll be 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line for the Dallas Cowboys. Good first drive for the Dallas Cowboys, despite how it ended. The last series of downs they had, they really stumbled, but they were able to move the ball pretty well for the most part. And they're going to come out, start this drive, Dak under center. CeeDee Lamb up top, Anthony Brown in the slot, Zeke in the backfield, single eye set. And it's a handoff to Zeke. He finds a hole and he powers through. Powers through for, what is it, about a 7-yard gain, MB? If my math is correct? If elementary school didn't fail me just yet? It'll be 2nd down and 3. Yep, 7-yard rush. .432 left in the first quarter. Tight end motions up top. Dak takes a snap in the gun. Flag. It's going to be a false start. They're going to take that back. That was a false start right off the rip. It's 2nd down. There's Terrence Steele on it. So now a 2nd and short turns into a 2nd and 8. Still manageable. You still don't have a limited playbook just yet. But same formation as on the first down play. Dak fakes the toss to Zeke. Drops back, throws a deep tipped in the air. Oh, that was nearly picked off. Oh my gosh, that was Levante David, I think, that got a hand on that. How the Bucs did not come up with this, I have no idea. Dak faked the toss. He dropped back. He tried to fit it into CeeDee Lamb. He was open too, but he never saw Levante David. He tipped it in the air, and Jamel Dean nearly dove and got that. Shaq Barrett was there. There were 3 Bucs that had a shot at that. But it's now 3rd and 8. Dak under pressure, and he just gets it off. They're playing on the field as if it was a fumble. It wasn't. It was a forward pass. And just like that, it's a 3 and out. 3 and out to start the game. Not the game. Start the drive. And Dow's going to bring the punting unit out. That was Akeem Hicks that hit him. You can see Dak, he wanted to recoil that in. He wanted to take off and run, but it was just too late. Something's going on. I don't know what they're waiting for. There's no streaker on the field, so at least it's that. So I don't know what they're standing around for. Okay, now they're good. Punt is away, and it's a bomb to Jalen Darden. He gets some space, and he returns it out to about the 30, about a 10-yard return for Jalen Darden. And the 30-yard line is where the Tampa Bay Buccaneers will start their next drive as we head to commercial break real quick. Now, to those who are in, I have no idea if I fixed the chat situation or not. If not, then I'll worry about it. Another stream. I'll figure out all that later if I'm not able to. But first time's first time. So gotta start somewhere. But anyway, while we're in the middle of these, hold on one second. Yeah. While we're at commercial break for the moment, hold on one moment. Alrighty. While we are in commercial break, let's talk about a little bit of the action that went on first Sunday of the NFL season. Now, I did not get to see all the games in their entireties, obviously. I will take care of that tomorrow, though, before the podcast on Wednesday. But there are a couple of things that I do really, really want to talk about because they still have my mind in a blender. Those of you who are paying attention today know what game I am specifically talking about. I am, of course, talking about the Pittsburgh Steelers at the Cincinnati Bengals in a overtime shit show that I have never I don't even know how to describe it. I've never in my life. Now, I've been a football fan for, what is it, about 10 years now. I'm going on 10 years. Crazy it's been that long. But I have never in my life seen a football game that seemingly nobody wanted to win. As Brady takes the drop back and darts it to, who was that? Number 3. I didn't get to see. Oh, it was Mike Evans. It was Mike Evans. I only saw the 3. I was like, who is number 3? Mike Evans for a first down. But yeah, I've never seen a game where no one seemingly wanted to win it. It was a game that Pittsburgh was leading the entirety of up until literally the final seconds of the game. Brady throws another screen, this time to Julio Jones, first catch for Julio this game. Seeing him wear number 6 is weird. That's so bizarre. I don't like that. Oh, that looks hideous on him. Oh, that's so weird. Sorry I'm harping on this so much, but it's weird. I don't like it. I don't like it. Anyway, 2nd and 2, a handoff to Fournette, and he gets a nice little hole, and he breaks through to the 25 of Dallas, just outside of the red zone for a new set of downs. But anyway, where was I before I got so sidetracked? Oh yes, Cincy. So that was a game Pittsburgh was leading most of. Again, I'll watch the recap of it. I'll watch the game back to see entirely what was going on, but since he finally took the lead in it was the final play of regulation. It was with 4 seconds to go, and they got a touchdown to Jamar Chase. They set up, that was to tie the game 2020. And then the only reason, Brady darts down the middle of the field for Evans, but he overshoots him. 2nd and 10. The only reason they were able to go to overtime and not have the Bengals win at the end of the game with an extra point is because Minkah Fitzpatrick, who had a hell of a game, absolutely hell of a game, ends up blocking what would have been the game-winning extra point. And that was the only reason we went to overtime anyway. And that's where the real shit started getting weird. Brady has another handoff to Fournette. Bulls through, and he's pushing the pile. They're pushing the pile, but it's about a 5-yard gain. It'll be about 3rd and 5 coming up at the 20-yard line for the Bucs as we approach the minute 30 mark left in the first quarter. But yeah, I'll dive into more of it because it's too much to wrap my brain around right now. I'll dive into it on Wednesday. 3rd and 5, Brady all by himself, 5 wideouts, throws it, and he intended it for Jones on the slant, but it got knocked away, incomplete. 4th and 5, and they're going to bring out Succop for another field goal. This time they got into the red zone and weren't able to close it out. You can argue you might have got a hold there, but clean play nonetheless. 38-yard attempt for Succop. Play clock down to 2. Snap, ball down, kick is up, and it is good. 6-3. Tampa Bay up on Dallas. And hold on one second. We are just adjusting it 1 second. And now. I will get the hang of this at some point when it gets more smooth. So it's not just awkward moments of me just staring into the abyss. There we are. But we got that all figured out now. But speaking of games who no one wanted to win, we actually did get that in week 1. Not Dallas. What am I doing? Indianapolis and Houston, which was a much better game than I think any of us were anticipating. Regulation was fun to watch. Overtime, not so fun to watch. That was another game where Houston should have won that game. Indianapolis was the better football team on paper, but Houston should have won that game. Game got to overtime, and unlike the Pittsburgh Bengals game where it was more chaotic and it was fun to watch because you were like, what the hell am I watching? With Indy and Houston, it was just this is sad. It was more of like this is just a sad sort of thing. Opening kickoff. Dallas receives it. Flag on the kickoff, though. There's penalties on kickoffs. It's usually on the return team, and it'll be about a 10-yard penalty. Ooh, a little bit of air bubble there. But yeah, it was more just sad than anything. We're just waiting. Yep. 1st and 10 at the 10-yard line for Dallas. And it's a handoff to Tony Pollard, and he goes nowhere. That was killed before he even had the chance to do anything. He ran right into the arms of Akeem Hicks. It'll be a 2nd down for Dallas. Oh, he did get a yard gain. It'll be a 2nd and 9. So he did get a little something. Final 30 seconds of the quarter. Gun formation, Pollard behind him. Then he gets to his left. Prescott throws to Schultz, and he gets wrapped up right at the catch point. About a 4 or 5 yard gain. And that looks to be the final play of the quarter. Unless they hurry up to the line, which 3rd and 4, I don't think they will. No. They're just going to let it go. And that is the final play of the quarter. We have reached the end of the first quarter. Bucs 6, Cowboys 3. To the end to what was otherwise a pretty uneventful opening quarter of football. Well, like I said, it's week 1. You're expecting teams to still be rusty. You're not expecting every team to be in mid-season form week 1 unless you're the Buffalo Bills. Which, while we're waiting in the middle of a commercial break, let's talk about that for a little bit. I'm not going to say I'm concerned about the Los Angeles Rams. It's hard to say about any real team that you have true concern about them after week 1. At the end of the day, there's still 16 games left in the season. But with that being said, I expected Buffalo against Los Angeles to be more competitive than it ultimately ended up being. I wish that the Rams gave us more. And you can say that it was because they only 2/3 of their starting lineup didn't play at all in any of the 3 preseason games. You can make that argument. But even then, as the defending Super Bowl champs, you're not expecting them to be not anemic on the offensive side of the ball, but you expected more. And I don't think, and I'll dive into this a little more Wednesday, but man, Buffalo looks so freaking good, man. They look so freaking good. Again, it's week 1. The whole point is to overreact because we got until Sunday for them to change our minds, change our opinions. So until then, we have no choice but to overreact. When you're in sports media, you have no choice. But yeah, I was just expecting more out of Los Angeles. We're back 3rd and 4. Dak is pressured in and out of the hands of CeeDee Lamb. He rifled it in there. Pass hit CeeDee right in the hands, and he couldn't grab it. It's another thing about Dallas. It's another thing about the Dallas Cowboys that I'm really interested in seeing is how CeeDee Lamb, as we wait for the punt here, and punt is away. Boomer to dart into the 30. He chooses to return it, and he gets tripped up nearly at the angle. But I'm really intrigued to see how CeeDee Lamb performs as this team's true number 1 with no Amari Cooper on the other side to assist him. Most people would hear me say that and be like, well, what do you mean? Of course he has the ability to do it. Yeah, he has the talent to do it. But you just never know because there are some times where a guy is a dominant number 2 receiver, is extremely physically talented, but you just don't know what they're going to be like when they have the keys to the car. The most recent example I could think of that is Juju Smith-Schuster for the Pittsburgh Steelers, where his first 2 years was dominant. He was a Pro Bowler in his second year. I, as well as many others, thought he was more than capable of taking over as the number 1 receiver. But then Antonio Brown left, and Juju didn't disappear necessarily, but all of a sudden he just wasn't the same player we saw in those first 2 years. So some guys just can't do that. Now, with CeeDee, I do think he has the talent to do it. I think he has the chemistry with Dak to do it. But when you don't have that legit alpha on the other side of you, it can be a lot. That might be hot takey for me to say, but you can only do so much. 2 straight runs for Tampa brings them to a 3rd and short, 3rd and 1. 13 and a half minutes in the second. Jones in motion, and it's an end around to Julio, and he gets the first down and a couple more. Tackled by Javon Curse. That's a new fresh set of downs for the Buccaneers. What are they doing? They're running an end around with the old man. He's not old. He's like in his early 30s, but in football years, that's old. But that's interesting that they chose to run the end around with Julio Jones, considering some of the other younger talent on that team. But, you know, all right. Handoff goes to Fournette, and he gets a couple more yards. He's getting some really good yardage every time he touches the football. Dallas historically has not had a great run defense, especially over the last couple of years. So it's very easy to run the ball effectively on them, especially when you have a back like Leonard Fournette, who's just so dynamic. He's so powerful, so fast. Speaking of Fournette, he now goes out wide. Brady's all by himself. Brady takes a snap. He throws it, and he's got Julio again. Another first down, about pickup of 13, 14 yards. First down for Tampa. A new set of downs for them. Tampa is doing a lot more of these 5-wide sets. And also, I was not expecting Julio Jones to be this much of a factor early on in this game. Hand off to another Fournette, but this, I was just talking earlier. I was talking earlier of how he's picking up great yardage every time he touches the ball. Not that one. He gets blown up at the line by, let me say his name right, Osa Adigizua. There we go. I was scared for a second. I was scared that I wasn't going to say his name right. But, all righty. 2nd and 11. We've just reached the 11-minute mark of the first half. Still 6-3 Tampa. Brady is Fournette to his left. Brady drops back, checks it down to Fournette. Fournette lowers a shoulder, gets a few more extra yards after contact. It'll be about a 3rd and medium, 3rd and short situation after the tackle by Trayvon Diggs. All right. It's been Fournette all game. Teams usually go in with the mindset of, all right, we're just going to get one guy the football. And in this game, it's been Leonard Fournette. Godwin in motion. It's a pitch to Leonard Fournette again. Fournette breaks the edge, and he gets tackled out of bounds, but not before picking up the first down by Van Der Esch. Fournette's just been dominant so far in this game. We are now inside 10 minutes. Inside 10 minutes of the first half. They faked the end around to Godwin and then did the pitch to Fournette. Dallas has just not found a way to stop him. They got away with a little hold there. They got it just a little bit. They just got a little bit. They just got away with a little bit. Just a little bit of hold. But handoff. This time it's not Fournette. This time it is Giovanni Bernard, I believe. That's all right. But run goes nowhere. Am I reading that graphic right? Tom Brady has had 58 total touchdowns since 2020. Please tell me I just didn't read that right. Brady throws over the middle of the Godwin on a crosser, picks up a first down. Not a first down. It'll be 3rd down. 3rd down at about 6. I'm sorry. 58 total touchdowns? This don't get it anymore. I don't get it anymore. I don't understand it. He's in his early to mid 40s, and he's had 58 touchdowns over the last 2 seasons. And at that play, he gets sacked by Micah Parsons. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because he's probably going to score another 4. 58 touchdowns. I'm sorry I'm harping on this so much. But that doesn't make sense to me. That doesn't make sense to me. There are players who don't score 58 touchdowns in a 4-year career. There are players that don't score that many touchdowns in a 10-year career. He scored that many touchdowns in 2 years. 2 years. At 45 years old. As we have an injured Buck on the field. What is going on? That doesn't make sense to me. Sorry, I just couldn't believe that graphic. I knew he was great in Tampa, but I didn't think he was 58 touchdowns in 2 years good. Unbelievable. I'm sorry. I'm harping on that so much. But that just doesn't make sense. That does not make a lick of sense to me. "58 touchdowns. That's ridiculous. That's stupid. That's actually stupid. That's actually stupid. What the hell?" Oh my goodness. You know what? I don't blame him for coming out of retirement. When you're that good at that age and you don't like spending time with your family, which apparently he doesn't, why wouldn't he come out of retirement? Why wouldn't he? And I'm not saying this to hate on him. I low-key respect it. I respect the hell out of that. Oh my goodness. I'm going to be focusing on that for the next week. How in the world is that even possible? I don't even think Patrick Mahomes has scored that many in 2 years. They're showing what the injured player was. It was Donovan Smith. He got kneed in the forearm. Was down there for a bit. We're back from commercial break. They're finally out to kick the field goal to make it a 6-point game. A lot of field goals so far. A lot of field goals. And the kick is no good. 36 yards out, and he shanked it. Did he shank it, or was it blocked? No, the hold was good. He just put a knuckleball on it. That was a knuckleball. He just absolutely shanked that. That was a 36-yard attempt, and he completely whiffed it. Oh, that sucks to be Tampa in that situation. You have a nice long drive. You beat the will out of them, and then you miss on the field on a chip shot field goal attempt. Prescott on a bootleg to his right. Throw to a wide open CeeDee Lamb. Tackled out of bounds. That's going to be a new set of downs. Oh, there's a flag on the field. Flag on the field. As we wait for the call, we are under 7.5 minutes. And it's a pass interference on the offense. So that play to start the drive is negated. It was a pass interference on CeeDee Lamb, the man who caught the pass. What happened here? Was it a push-off? Let's see here. Antoine Winfield sold that. He sold that well. I'm going to be real. I'm going to keep it a buck. He sold it well. I would have preferred a no call on that. But now it's 1st and 20. It's a handoff to Zeke. He gets some of that penalty yardage back. It's going to set up a 2nd and long. I would have preferred them to just not throw the flag on that. I'd have just preferred it. 2nd and 15 now for Dallas. Dak throws it quick and short to receiver Houston. It's going to be 3rd and about 10, I believe. 3rd and long. They're hurrying up to the line. They're doing a hurry up. 3rd and 10. Zeke behind Dak. Then he goes to his left. Tries to draw him offside. Dak with some audibles at the line. Dak takes a snap, drops back. He gets some pressure, rolls to his right a little bit. He throws and it's picked off by Winfield. Antoine Winfield tries to get a return, makes a couple guys miss, but he is tackled inside the 25. And just like that, it's like the missed field goal doesn't even matter. Just like that, it's like the missed field goal doesn't even matter because the Bucs are going to get the ball back just outside of the red zone. Just like that. Dallas had a golden opportunity, and they missed it. Dak got pressured a little bit, and Winfield just baited him. He tried to fit it into Anthony Brown, and Antoine Winfield just read him like a book. He just absolutely read him like a book. And just like that, the Bucs are right back where they were before they set up. It's like the drive just continued. And it's another end around to Julio. This time he has the edge, though, and this time he gets a 1st down again. Last one was on a 3rd and short. This one was on 1st and 10. And he goes out of bounds at the 6-minute mark. That's the 2nd time they've run that. That's interesting. He has nearly as many rushing yards as receiving yards. And ooh! Leonard Fournette bounces out to the outside. Gets a nice little 5 yards, 5-6 yards. It'll be 2nd down inside the 10. It'll be 2nd and 4 as we creep up on 5 minutes left in the first half. Tampa's knocking outside the red zone. I was just talking earlier how it was just a lot of field goals, nothing but field goals, but Tampa's looking to end that. Brady under center, hands off to Fournette again, and this time he just gets stopped. He got maybe 2 yards on that. Will be 3rd down. We're now under 5 minutes. It'll be 3rd and 3 now. 4.5 minutes left in the first half. Tampa creeping on the door. They're not about to knock on the door. Third down. Brady with Fournette on his right. Brady steps back, looks, and ooh, Micah Parsons, like a bat out of hell, gets to Brady, and just like that, we're going to get another field goal attempt, aren't we? Fourth down, they're going to send the field goal unit out again. So it was really like nothing happened. You could tell Ryan stuck up, hey, that last field goal attempt, that didn't happen. Just tell him that. That did not happen. Ryan Suckup again. This time it's a 29-yarder. And he'll get a straight-on shot at it, and he makes it this time. So it's like the last missed field goal didn't even happen. And just like that, it is a 9-3 ball game. As we update the scoreboard now. All righty. I'm trying to think. Man, that was a backbreaker for Dallas. That was an absolute backbreaker for him. Just for the slightest of moment, you could feel the momentum shift just slightly. And then Dak threw that pick, and it was like it didn't even matter. I would sing In the End, It Doesn't Matter by Linkin Park, but I don't want to get copyright claimed. So now if you're Dallas, you can't let that happen again, obviously. Anyone with a brain would be like, well, obviously. But I'm serious. You can't. You got to create some sort of momentum. You can't run the ball in Tampa. Their front seven's too good for that. You can't run the ball on them. You got to establish some sort of rhythm somehow. And the only way to do that is, like I said, through the passing game, because you can't run the ball in this defense. You have to get some sort of rhythm going with Dak. Get some short completions, get some checkdowns in there. Kickoff will be at the 24. Return to the 24-yard line. Got 3 minutes and 20 seconds here. Now, a touchdown and an extra point takes the lead for Dallas. So it's not all doom and gloom yet. But like I said, they need to just get some sort of positive yardage. I always say any yards gained is positive yards, no matter what down it is. If they could just establish some sort of rhythm in the passing game. Oh, what is that? Is that a offside or false? It's a false start on Dallas. Was that the rookie Tyler Smith who just jerked? Yeah. It was the rookie out of Tulsa, Tyler Smith. That kid's probably pissing himself. He already was coming out of Tulsa, not a great run blocker. And then he gets thrown in his first start because Tyron Smith, their regular left tackle, got injured. He's out for the year, I believe. And now your first game is against Shaq Barrett, one of the better pass rushers in football. I'm not saying it's going to kill his confidence, but it's a tough go-around. All right. Oh, they're running a read option with Dak. Dak, fakes it. And that was a nice fake by Dak. Gets a first down close to the 40. That was a beautiful. They ran a read option, a triple option with Dak. He faked the handoff to Pollard. And then they send number 9 with him as the pitch man. And Dak faked the pit. Oh, and the Levante David bit on that too. That was gorgeous. Oh my goodness. That was absolutely gorgeous. But that might be the Kickstarter. That was the play that might kickstart them. Dak goes down the field, and it's incomplete. Intended for Anthony Brown. 2nd and 10. Carlton Davis was all over him. Now for Tampa, just keep doing what you're doing defensively. Dallas so far has not been able to move the ball as effectively as they like. Ooh, Carlton Davis might have gotten away with a little hand fighting, but they'll allow that. 2nd and 10 now at the 37-yard line of Dallas. Pollard in motion. Dak fakes the handoff to Zeke, throws him down the middle, and it is incomplete. That was a dangerous throw intended for Lamb. There was 3 Bucs defenders. It's now third and 10. That was a dangerous throw. That was a dangerous throw. He threw it right in the middle of Dean White and David. We are almost at the 2-minute warning. Clock stopped at 2:01 because of the incomplete pass. Now 3rd and 10. This is the last play before the 2-minute warning. Dak takes a snap, drops back. Tampa sends it all blitz. Shaq Barrett hits him, and it was nearly intercepted. And it's 4th down, and that will be the 2-minute warning. And oh my goodness, Tom Brady's going to get the ball back with 2 minutes. With just under 2 minutes to go. Oh, this is bad. Now, if you're Dallas, you start to panic slightly. Now, if you're Dallas, you are thinking, oh no, here we go. Just when we thought we didn't have to deal with that anymore, of the, oh no, you're giving Tom Brady the ball with under 2 minutes left. Just when you thought you didn't have to deal with that anymore, you go right back to feeling that. Like the Godfather. Just when I think I'm out, they pull me back in. That was a terrible impression. What the heck? That was a terrible impression. But I wouldn't hit the panic button just yet. It is still the first half, and there's still minute 56 left in the first half, so you could still get a chance to get the ball back potentially. I didn't check to see how many timeouts they have, but I think there will be I think they should, if they get a stop, if they get a 3 and out, which is possible, they could be okay. No, always forget. You always forget. That's what I don't like. That's what I don't like about the football season sometimes, especially in week 1. You forget how long these ads usually are. You forget how long the commercials usually are. All right, we're now back. Dallas is out to punt. They're showing us what happened here. So Shaq Barrett, guard just whiffed. The guard just absolutely whiffed. Punt is deep. Darden lets it go and is downed at the 10-yard line of Tampa. So Tom Brady, with all 3 timeouts, is going to get the football back with 1:46 to go to, at the very least, put a field goal up, if not finally get into the end zone. Because that's the one thing we haven't seen yet. It's been all field goals so far. It's been all field goals. No one's been able to get in so far. All right, he drives just starting. Julio in motion. Fournette to Brady's right. Brady's making some audibles at the line. Brady's drops back, throws it deep, and Godwin throws it short, and Godwin just scoops it up off the turf. It's going to be second down. It's going to be second down and 5 for Tampa. Brady takes a snap, rolls to his left, and throws it short to Fournette. And yeah, Tampa doesn't have a lot of urgency. They're not. If they do, they're not showing it. Ooh, that was the first down play. That was dangerously close to being incomplete. That should have been incomplete. That hit the ground. But it doesn't matter. And oh my goodness. Brady completed to a first down to Cameron Brate, but he got lit up. He got stuck by Leighton Vander Esch. One minute left in the period. And Brady's going to chuck it deep to Julio. Julio caught it. He caught it, but Julio's slow to get up. He's slow to get up. He took a bit of a landing on that, but he caught that. Brady uncorked it. Oh my goodness. Julio just ran a straight go route, and he caught it. First down, and Brady's going to take a shot to the end zone. Ooh. That was it. The intended receiver got knocked away by Trayvon Diggs. After that last one, now all of a sudden it's whoa. What a catch by Julio. I didn't know he still had that in him. The 2 old guys showing that they still have it in them, man. That was beautiful. And he launched that too. That was a gain of 48 yards. He launched that. Fournette out in motion. Brady all by himself, 5 receivers wide. Brady with some pressure and throws it at the feet of Cameron Brate, incomplete. Third down 10. And Brady is pissed. He is pissed. But we are now 25 seconds left in the first half. Now they still have all 3 timeouts, so they could still throw some in the middle of the field. And they don't have to worry about it. Because they're thinking 6 here. They're not thinking another field goal. They're thinking 6. Because while a field goal does make it a 2-score game, a 12-3 lead is much more comfortable. And Brady, and it was high for the intended receiver, incomplete. He just overshot everybody. It's now 4th down, and they're going to send the field goal unit out again for another field goal try with 19 seconds left in the half. Yeah, Brady just tried to. Ooh, Trayvon Diggs he got away with some, but he got away with it, but ruled incomplete. 47 yards, and Dallas going to try and ice him. Dallas going to try and ice suck up. Field goal make this 12-3 Tampa. It'll be 12-3 Tampa and a 2-score game. As of right now, it's a 6-point game. But overall, not the best first half for either team, really. Both teams had missed opportunities to really put some more points on the board. Dallas especially. All right, 47-yard attempt. Snap ball down, and the kick is good. Kick is good, and it is now 12-3. And whoa. There we are, 12-3. And we are about 15 seconds left to the end of the first half till we head to halftime, where we will also take a little bit of a break. Not really sure why they're running commercial breaks. We're gonna go straight to another one when we come back anyway. It's the NFL. Why do I question these things? Man, they are just running these, aren't they? They are desperate for the bag, aren't they? Oh my goodness. All right. There we are. I don't know what the point of the commercial break was. We're just going to go straight back to one anyway. 14 seconds left. They're just going to kick it deep. Dallas is going to take a knee, and then we're going to head into halftime. Unless they feel stupid and they want to do other stuff. Unless they want to play the hook and ladder game. And the kick is just going to... Oh, it's going to be returned. And he just... Oh, my gosh. He just gets smashed at the 15. 9 seconds left. They're just going to take the knee. They're going to take the knee, and we're going to head to halftime. Alrighty. Yep. Just what we thought. Knee, halftime. Bucs leading 12-3 over the Dallas Cowboys. I don't really know what I was expecting. I wasn't expecting offensive fireworks, but I also wasn't expecting it to be this low scoring. I also expected the Dallas offense to have a little more oomph to it. But for the most part, we've seen like this, both teams are on even playing fields. Neither team has gotten to the end zone. It's just been nothing but field goals all game. Both teams had opportunities to get into the end zone and botch those opportunities. Dallas, I'd say, had more opportunities to do that than Tampa did. Tampa at least got some semblance of points out of them. Whereas Dallas, they had an opportunity earlier in the game. They had that opportunity earlier in the game with the missed field goal, the missed suck up field goal. And then Dak throws the interception on third down, and it was like that missed field goal never even happened. They just got down. Tampa wasn't able to get into the end zone, even though they nearly did. They were inside the 5 and still couldn't punch it in. But yeah, I guess that all just comes down to what this game has been. It's just a game of missed opportunities. Ooh. Yeah, my phone. My phone. And that's why you get a screen protector, kids. Alrighty. Now, while our friends at NBC are in halftime, I myself am going to take a little break, give my voice a little rest as well as we wait to kick off the second half. So I will turn off for a second, and we will be back for the second half. are back. We are back. We are just now getting back from our break. Everything is now in order. My voice feels much more relaxed now. So just needed to get some water. But we're all good now. And we're just in time, too. Bucs and Dallas are just about to get out of halftime themselves. And we should be ready to go to start for the second half. Now, Dallas received the first half kickoff, which means Tampa will get the ball first to start this second half. And yeah, we'll see what adjustments were made. We'll see if any team's offense can actually get into the blue painted areas at the end of the field. Let's see. And the kickoff goes in the back of the end zone. And Tampa will get the ball now. They're showing on the broadcast, they're showing the replay of the Chris Godwin play. That one definitely should have skipped off the turf. But it was like perfectly timed. It was right as it got into his hands. And hand off to Fournette, who breaks through. And Leonard Fournette picks up a first down. First play of the drive is a Leonard Fournette first down run. What else is new? But if I'm Tampa, I'd just go back to pound the rock with Lenny. Why not? He's been dominant. He was dominating most of the first half. Dallas just didn't seem to have an answer for him. They've been running the ball effectively. Why not? If it ain't broke, don't fix it. There'll be another first down at the 35 for the Bucs. Another handoff to Leonard Fournette, and this time he gets a couple, but he's stood up for the most part. It'll be 2nd and 8. Now, if you're the Dallas Cowboys, on defense, you got to contain the run better. You have to. Because you can't afford, at this point, down 2 scores, to just let number 7 do whatever he wants to you. 2nd and 8. White out in motion. Brady on the screen to White. Makes a couple moves, and he gets drilled by Armstead. At the goal line. Is a no gain on the screen. Oh, my goodness. Armstead. What am I talking? But it's a 3rd and 8 now on the opening drive for the Bucs. Fournette is back in the game. Brady's in the gun with Fournette to his right. Russell Gage in motion. We haven't seen Russell Gage involved in the passing game. And it's going to be a false start. They're going to push that back 5 yards. Oh my goodness. It's now going to be, if my math serves me correctly, a 3rd and 13, right? Is that the correct math? I think that's the correct math. It's a 3rd and 8. Now it's going to be, 3rd and 13. Sorry, my elementary education is still somewhat there. It hasn't completely failed me. But yes, it is. I was correct. It was a 3rd and 13. And Julio in motion. Brady takes a snap. He drops back deep, and he's going to uncork another deep one. And it was nearly pulled in by Rashad Perriman. But Trayvon Diggs on the coverage again, and he got some safety help. It's 4th and 13 now. And they're going to send the punting unit out. They tried him deep. It's not a bad idea. Rashad Perriman has a lot of speed. It's not a bad idea to try to send him deep, but Trayvon Diggs was with him stride for stride. I will say, while it's on my mind, while Trayvon Diggs is currently on my mind, I don't think he's as overrated as people make him out to be. Now, I don't like the idea of him being as a punt nearly got blocked. It did get partially blocked. Partially though, it's still down to the 30, but it got partially blocked. But anyway, as far as Trayvon Diggs goes, I don't think he's that overrated. Now, I don't agree with the sentiment of him being an elite shutdown corner because he absolutely is not. But with that being said, he still has tremendous coverage ability. He has tremendous ball skills. He was a receiver at Alabama. He was recruited by Alabama to be a wide receiver. Got moved to DB, got moved to corner by Nick Saban. Oh, it didn't get blocked. It hit the... It hit the Jumbotron. It hit the Jerrytron. I thought it got blocked. It hit the Jerrytron. That's why it didn't go that far. Oh, they have to repunt it. Oh, that's a shame. The punt went so high in the air, it hit the Jumbotron. Oh my God, that's hilarious. Oh, that has happened before. Oh my gosh. They tried to block that one, and the punter got wrecked on it. But this time, it actually makes it to the returner, and it's going to be a flag. It's going to be a flag for running into the kicker or roughing. They might get them for roughing. It's a flag in the field, but it's going to... Now, this is a big call, because if it's running into the kicker, it's a 5-yard penalty if they punt anyway. That might be roughing, because the second Dallas defender ran into him with the crown of his helmet. That might be roughing. And if it's roughing, it's an automatic first. It's going to be an automatic first, I think. We're waiting on the call. Still no call yet, but based on the looks of it, it might be roughing. It might end up being roughing. It's running into the kicker. So it's only a 5-yard penalty. I thought that would have been roughing for sure. But no, it's just running into the kicker. So they're going to have to repunt it. It's just a 5-yard penalty. Which, honestly, in this situation, favors Tampa more. This situation, it favors Tampa more. Because that way it gives them a better opportunity to pin him a little deeper. If you saw the replay, the Dallas defender led with his helmet towards the punter. So I'm shocked at that. I'm a little shocked that that wasn't roughing. But here we go. Third time's a charm. First one got blocked by the Jumbotron. Second, there was running into the kicker. Now we will actually get a clear punt off. And he boots this one, and it's going to be a touchback. All that just to end in a touchback. All that drama just to end in a touchback. As we head to commercial break with 12:11 left in the third. Oh, my goodness. That is actually funny. That's so funny. I can't get over the. I cannot, for the life of me, get over the Jerrytron punt. The Jerrytron punt block. There we go. My brain doesn't work sometimes. It really doesn't. Oh my goodness. So now Dallas gets the ball back for the first half. For the first time this half, I say. They should go back to what I said earlier. Try and get some short completions, try and get some checkdowns just to establish some kind of rhythm. If they come out and they keep trying to pound the rock with Zeke or with Pollard or whoever, it's not going to work. They haven't learned a thing because you can't run on this D line. It's not possible. It's possible, but it's just you're not going to get anywhere. You're not going to get any sort of momentum. You're not going to get any rhythm by just running into the teeth of this defense. This defense is too good for that. So just get some checkdowns just to establish some kind of rhythm, get into some kind of groove. Because, hey, any score in this drive makes it a one-possession game. Any score. You would obviously like the touchdown because you score a touchdown, extra point. It's a 2-point game. But even if you kick a field goal, it's still a touchdown game. So you're not in a position to hit the panic button yet. But you gotta establish a rhythm. I'm going to say that until y'all watching are sick of me saying rhythm. All right. Now we are back, and the Dallas drive is starting, and it's a handoff to Zeke, but this time he actually does get some yardage out of it. One of the rare times he's actually been able to get something out of this. This is 2nd and 4 now for the Dallas offense. Those new helmets, because you see Zeke, he's wearing a new helmet. I've seen a few players wear them. They are trippy. They're really trippy to look at. I mean, granted, the regular helmets we wear today, and it's a handoff to Zeke, and Zeke breaks a tackle, and he gets a first down. Well, like, if those of you who are watching the NBC broadcast know what I'm talking about. It's a weird-looking helmet. I mean, granted, the regular helmets that players wear now when they first came out, we were all like, well, that's weird. But that looks weird because it's like, it's almost like it looks like it has a built-in visor. It's so bizarre. It's cool looking. It's just bizarre. Prescott rolls to his right, checks down to Pollard, gets a couple yards. Pollard's wearing the same kind of helmet. Yeah, it looks like a built-in visor. It's cool looking. It's cool. Oh, but there's a late flag. Really late flag. Oh, an eligible man. So that play's wiped off. So now it's 1st and 15. It's a 5-yard penalty. It's 1st and 15 now. Dallas is going backwards. This is not what I meant by establishing a rhythm. Play clock down to 2. Snap, handoff to Elliott, and Elliott gets those 5 yards back. Okay. It's now 2nd and 10 for Dallas. That helmet looks so cool. It looks like a Power Ranger helmet. It's so cool looking. I can't get over it. It looks so cool. All right, Pollard in motion, 2nd and 10 for Dallas. Pollard's now going to orbit out to the right. Prescott is going to check down to Pollard now. Pollard makes a move, but he's ultimately tackled by Winfield after about a 4 or 5 yard gain. It's going to be 3rd down and short. We will see specifically the yardage in a moment, as we are now under 9.5 minutes left in the third. I forgot to update the quarter graphic, but we will do that at the next commercial break. It's now 3rd and 6 for Dallas. 9 minutes left in the third. Schultz in motion. Prescott has some pressure, and he is sacked and taken down hard by Devin White. And it's 4th down, and Dallas is going to have to punt now. But Prescott got pressured from the moment he caught that snap. Look at it, Prescott. It was nothing fancy. They just ran a double stunt with the linebackers. They just ran a blitz stunt with the linebackers. And Devin White just beat the Pollard block and got there. This is the 2nd sack of the game. But here we go. Punt is off. And Darden's going to make a return and makes the first man miss and just spins out of bounds at about around the 20. We are now at 8 minutes left in the third quarter. Let me fix the quarter graphic right quick. Let me do that right quick. There we go. We're all good now. Okay. We're just waiting to get out of the commercial break for Tampa to get back on offense. Like I said earlier, I would talk about some of the games that happen, but I feel kind of wrong giving my complete opinion on a game that I have not watched in full yet. One game I have watched in full was 2 games from this week. The opening night game, Buffalo and Los Angeles, and New England and Miami. As I am a New England fan, but we'll talk about New England, Miami first, because there are some thoughts I have on that. Now, Miami, from an offensive standpoint, I liked what I saw out of them. I want them to maintain that, and that's ultimately the fear with that team, is because as Brady hands off to Fournette and he gets more nice blocking, he picks up a first down to around the 35-yard line. But the issue with Miami is Tua. That's what it is. It starts and ends with Tua Tagovailoa. Can the Dolphins, as an offense, succeed consistently as an offense with Tua as their quarterback? Because yes, even though they won today, they only scored, what was it, 13 points? Another handoff to Fournette. He is just pounding. They are just pounding the rock with him, like I said. But yeah, they only scored 13 points offensively as Miami. The other 7 came from a sack fumble recovery. But yeah, I mean, I liked what I saw from them. There's a lot of potential. Mike McDaniel, I like what I saw from him from a play calling standpoint. They ran a lot of creative stuff. Some stuff you saw similar with in San Francisco with the Shanahan style offense. But at the end of the day, oh my God, Fournette with a huge hole, and he breaks down inside the Dallas 45-yard line. That was a big run by Leonard Fournette. They are pounding the rock with him. But at the end of the day, Miami will live and die by Tua. You will see some good out of him because he does have some really nice accuracy, but you will also see things that you're like, God, I wish he would have done that better. And hopefully he doesn't handicap him as the season goes along. And Brady rolls out to his left. He's going to chuck it deep. Oh, Julio nearly caught that. It was towards the sideline across the field. Brady rolled to his right, threw it back across his body, deep to Julio, and they couldn't connect on it. Oh, my goodness. And Julio nearly caught it, too. He threw it back across his body. Julio nearly caught that. Oh, it was just the ground that disrupted it, man. It was the ground. If it weren't for the ground, he'd have caught it. 2nd and 10. Brady throws it short to White, and he picks up. It'll be about a 3rd and 3 situation coming up. We are now under 6 minutes to the third quarter. I feel like this third quarter is flying by, which is odd because usually when you watch games, the third quarter usually feels like the slowest quarter. But it's flying by this game. This third quarter is flying by, it feels like. All right. 5.5 minutes to go in the third. It's 3rd and 3. Bucs have the ball at the Dallas 35-yard line. Snap to Brady. They send it all blitz, and he throws it over the defender, and Mike Evans secures it. First down, Tampa. They're now just outside the 25-yard line. And Tampa is driving. It was just slant route. There was nothing to it. There was nothing more, nothing less. That was a nice pass by Brady. If he threw that just a smidgen lower, that would have possibly been picked off. Brady, another handoff to Fournette. Fournette spins out of a tackle, gets a couple extra yards, and oh my goodness, Javon Curse is down. Javon Curse looks hurt. That's not good for Dallas. Javon Curse he looks fine. I think he's fine. Yep, he's limping slightly. That's not good. That's not good if you're Dallas. He's a really good player for him. They can't afford to lose someone in the secondary like him. Dallas already, as it is, doesn't have a great secondary. So as far as I feel like I've already talked about what Dallas needs to try and do from this point on to stay in this game. From Tampa's perspective, I know it's not cool, but it's really just keep doing what you're doing. Keep doing what you're doing. You don't need to do anything else that isn't what your game is at this point. You have the game in control. They can't stop you regardless. Now, I'm not saying play safe, because ironically enough, you'll end up probably losing the game if you try and play it safe. But yeah, nothing really more to it. Dallas hasn't been able to get anything done offensively. And outside of not being able to get into the end zone, Tampa's sort of dominated this game, especially on the ground. Leonard Fournette's been able to do whatever he's wanted in this game. Oh, that's weird. Oh, that's so weird. Oh, it was an ad for a new show, and it looked weird. I don't like it. But anyway, we are back, and it's 2nd and 7 now. Just over 4 minutes left in the third. Fournette did motion out to the left, but he's now back on the right side of Brady. Brady fakes the handoff, throws it to Mike Evans, and Mike Evans carries a defender inside the 10 down to the 5-yard line. It's going to be 1st and goal as we hit under 4 minutes ago in the third. It's a nice, strong run after catch by Evans. You can see Brady's eyes. He saw it the whole way. He saw it the whole way. Brady takes the snap, steps back quickly, and he throws it to Evans. What a catch. Nice adjustment. Touchdown, Tampa, our first. That's our first touchdown of the game. We finally get our first touchdown of the game. And now, if you're Dallas, this is where you start to panic. Oh my gosh, that was a great adjustment. He caught that one-handed too. Oh my God. Unbelievable body control by Evans. Oh my goodness. Snap for the extra point, and the extra point is good. It is now 19-13. Tampa Bay with the first touchdown of the ball game. We finally know what the end zone graphic. We finally know what the end zone looks like. I got nervous for a second that the two teams were scared to get into the end zone. But that was an unbelievable play by Evans. That was just gorgeous body control. But now, if you're the Dallas Cowboys, this is where you start to panic. This is really where you start to panic. because there's not a lot of time left in the third. You got this in the rest of the fourth quarter, and it is currently let me do the math real quick. It's currently a 3-score game. It's currently a 3-score ball game. Everything now on has to be perfect. Well, not perfect, but every drive needs to amount in some kind of points now. Some kind of points. You can't have another drive end at a punt at this point. All righty. You know what? I know most people don't like Dallas, but I want Dallas to do something. Because I want to have a good ball game. I want to have a good, fun ball game. And it's not that right now. I'm having fun commentating over this. But as a fan watching, I'm not having it's not a fun game. The problem is Dallas they just can't figure out Tampa's defense. See, Jerry's shaking his head. He agrees with me. First and 10 from the 25. Dak takes a snap and he chucks it over the head of Anthony Brown. Out of bounds, 2nd down and 10. It's just Dallas just can't seem to get anything going. We're almost done the third quarter. Like, offensively, they just have not been able to do anything. And Dak gets sacked again. Dak gets sacked again. He gets sacked by 98 Nelson. It's now 3rd and 16. It was a 6-yard loss. What happened here? He just had a free shot at him. He just went completely unblocked. He didn't need to do anything. He had a free shot at him. Tyler Smith just did not. I don't know if he thought Pollard was going to pick him up. Oh, that's offsides. Dak's going to get a free play here. And it's incomplete, but it doesn't matter. It's a offside penalty on Tampa. So they're going to at least get the chance to redo it. It's offside on Nelson. The very man who got the sack the play before. So now it's a 5-yard penalty. So it's still 3rd and long, which it went from a 3rd and 16 to a 3rd and 11. Two and a half minutes left to go in the third quarter. Cowboys are desperate need to convert this right now. And they do. They converted to Dalton Schultz, who's had a quiet night. He gets a first down. Don't talk, bro. Dalton's talking trash. You can't talk trash right now, man. You can't do that right now. All right, we are 2 minutes to go in the third. Dak under center. Rolls out to his right, throws it to Schultz again. And this time he just gets wrapped up around the ankles by David. And it's going to be second and about 6, I want to say, as we approach a minute 45 left in the third. Dak under center again. Pollard, the lone setback. Dak making audibles at the line. Lamb out to the right. Anthony Brown now in motion. Dak, oh, it's a false start. Dallas just shot themselves in the foot again. It's another false start. So those 5 yards they got from the play before, they could just take that back now. Terrence Steele again. That's his second false start of the game. That's Terrence Steele's second false start of the ball game. Second and 10 now after the penalty. Dak throws it, and it is caught by Lamb, and Lamb able to get the first down. So they're able to make it up. They get close to midfield. We're now under a minute in the third. But after the stupid penalty, they were able to convert. Dallas now in a little bit of hurry-up mode. They're running with this single back set in a hurry-up. Ooh, false. Is that another false start? That's another false start on Dallas. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. Terrence Steele again. What is going on? That's Terrence Steele's third false start of the game. He just did a little twit. That's all it takes. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. All right. They're able to get this one. It's a handoff to Pollard, and Pollard is able to get a nice gain, about 10. And that looks like it's going to be the last play of the third quarter. That's going to be the last play of the third quarter, and it will be. They're just going to let the clock run out. And we now head into, as they say on NFL Red Zone, hold on un momento, por favor. We now head into the witching hour. We are now heading into the fourth quarter, the final 15 minutes of what has been not an ugly football game, just a stalemate. I guess that's the best way to describe this football game. It's just the ultimate stalemate. There's no other way to really describe it. It's been domination, but not on the scoreboard. Like, at no point during this game have I felt that Dallas has had some sense of control at any point. It's really just been Tampa. But you would say, well, how is it domination if Tampa's only scored 19 points? That's because they've been controlling the yardage game and controlling the clock for the most part. Oh, excuse-moi. Excuse-moi. But we head into the fourth quarter. What will Dallas need to do at this point to try and get back in this football game. Who knows? I have no idea at this point. Dallas just hasn't gotten anything. They have a chance, though. But at this point, they have to come away with touchdowns. They can't even settle for field goals anymore. They're not at that point anymore. It's no 2nd and 6 for Dallas. Dak back under center. Lamb goes in motion. It's a handoff to Pollard, and Pollard able to power through to get a first down inside the 40-yard line, but there's another flag. And it might be coming, and Terrence Steele has his helmet off. And it's a holding. If it's on Terrence Steele, oh my goodness. It's on oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness gracious. Inside the shoulder pad. It was inside the shoulder pad. It was inside the shoulder pad. It was inside the shoulder pad. I actually cannot believe this. 2nd and 16 for Dallas. Dak throws it. He gets a big chunk of that back with Dalton Schultz. They're actually going to make that a 3rd and short. But Terrence Steele, oh my goodness. And that sucked because Terrence Steele played so well for them last year. And to start the new season off like this, my goodness. My. Oh my goodness. Hand off to Tony Pollard again, and he stopped short, about a yard gain. It's 4th down. I mean, they have to. It's 4-down territory now. They don't have a choice. They don't have a choice. It's 4-down territory now. They don't have a choice. Yeah, it's 4th and 2. They're going to go for it. They're going to go for it at the 41-yard line. Lamb goes in motion. Dak throws it short, and it gets tipped. It was nearly picked off by Devin White, but it doesn't matter because it's a turnover on downs. Tampa gets the ball back at their own 41 with 13 and a half minutes left to go in the ball game. Dak tried to fit it into Houston, and Devin White just came out of nowhere and near. If he picked that off, that was a house call. That was a house call, and he knew it. If he caught that ball, that was a house call. That was a pick city party, bro. But now Dallas is going to have to, if they go the rest of this game and don't score a single point for the rest of this game, it's going to be a long week. Because let me look up now, as a matter of fact. Who does Dallas have next week? Dallas plays in Cincinnati. Dallas plays Cincinnati next week. Okay. So they play Cincy next week. Now, their defense is not nearly as tough as Tampa's. And I get you're playing against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I get that they're a great defensive team with a great front seven. I get that. But the complete lack of offensive production is concerning. It is concerning. It's very concerning. And I get it. It's week 1. Every team has significant issues and significant flaws in the first week of the season. I understand that. I understand that fully. But it's It's tough. It's tough, man. It's tough. I don't even think they've got. Have they been? I don't remember them even getting into the red zone this game. That's sad. I'll have to check when I go back to rewatch this game later. But my goodness. It's 13 and a half minutes. We're back from commercial break. Tampa has the ball back. 1st and 10. This might turn into what Thursday night was in Buffalo and Los Angeles. It might turn into that very quickly, especially with this man running the football the way he has. Leonard Fournette only able to get back to the line of scrimmage, but alrighty. But alrighty, 2nd and 9, 13 minutes and counting. And telling you, if Dallas isn't able to get something together, it's going to be a long week until they got the Bengals coming to town. And that's the thing. They got the Bengals coming into town after this week. Pass to Russell Gage. It'll be 3rd down. That's Russell Gage's first catch of the day, if I'm not mistaken. He hasn't been. Alrighty. There we go. Just needed to fix something over there. Anyway, where was I? Oh, yeah. Russell Gage hasn't been involved nearly as much as I thought he'd be. Julio's been more involved than Russell Gage has. Oh, my goodness, it's picked off. Brady threw a whoa, and it was intercepted. And hold on. I know it's a 3-score game, and we're 12 minutes left in the 4th, but it ain't over till it's over. It ain't over till it's over. But that's the first. I think it's the first turnover. Yeah, it's first turnover of the game for Tampa. That's a big one. That was a big one. That might be the play that lights a fire under Tampa's ass. That are not Tampa's, Dallas's. That might be the play. But they have to capitalize on it. They have to capitalize. They can't not capitalize on this at this point. When I said earlier, like, they don't have to do anything, like, they don't have to be completely perfect. Now they have to be perfect. Because you need 3 touchdowns now in order to take the lead. 3 touchdowns. Or even just maybe, because I'm trying to think, if you score touchdown, 2-point conversion, that'd be 11. Then score another touchdown, 2-point conversion. You could tie the game with 16 points. But 3 touchdowns, 3 extra points, you have to is what's needed to take the lead. So if you want to look at it like that, then it is a 2-score game. Whew. We're just waiting for the commercial break to be over. But we're almost there. We're almost at the finish line. How crazy would it be if this turned into a game towards the end? I would love that. I would love that so unbelievably much. I would love that. Is it going to happen? Never say never. Look at that. Oh, that was such a great play. He faked like he was going to blitz and then dropped back and baited Brady. Run to the outside, goes for a couple for Elliott. It's going to be 2nd and 9, maybe 2nd and 8. We are now under 12 minutes to go in the 4th. Be interesting to see what Dallas' strategy. It wouldn't shock me if they were like, let's go for only 2-point conversions if they get into the end zone from this point on. It wouldn't shock me at all. Prescott throws it deep, and it is incomplete, intended for Houston. 3rd and 8 now. What does Kellen Moore have up his sleeve? This is the point of the game where it's like, you got to call your best pass plays, your best plays to get down the field. Because while, yes, you have all 3 timeouts, you're down at, if you want to go for the 2-point conversions on both touchdowns, you're down 2 scores. And oh my goodness, Dak rolled to his right, tried to throw a pass to Anthony Brown, who was wide open, and he threw it slightly behind him, and Anthony Brown couldn't reel it in. Oh my goodness. Dak pumped that way, and he threw it behind Anthony Brown, and he couldn't get it. He threw it too far behind him. Oh my God. It's those kind of plays that I'm talking about. And it was 4th down, and they're choosing to punt. They're choosing to punt? Did they just wave the white flag at us? Like, did we just witness a white flag wave? Oh my God. I think they just accepted defeat. They might have actually just accepted defeat. That is unbelievable. That's unreal. You still have all 3 timeouts, and you still got time. Why punt? I don't get that. Are you thinking like the only reason I would think is because maybe they're thinking, okay, we're not under 10 minutes yet. So therefore it's not desperation mode. But still though, like, I don't know, man. I don't know. So if I have to keep saying if Dallas doesn't hold on to win, then it's going to be a long week. Again, because there's still time left. As a Pats fan, as I know what it's like to say it's never over till it's over, and I'm not going to say it's over yet. It's just a matter of why punt in that situation when you're still down 3 scores. It doesn't. I don't know. I can't wrap my head around it. Ooh. I can't for the life of me wrap my head around it. But First and 10 for Tampa. Another handoff to Leonard Fournette. And he breaks it to the outside, and he's able to pick up a first down. It's like, and that's another thing. It's like, you can't, why punt it to a team that you know you can't stop on the defensive side of the ball? You know you can't do it. They have not been able to stop Leonard Fournette all night. He has been able to, every time he's touched the ball, he's gotten at bare minimum 4 yards. At like bare minimum. He's gotten at least like 4 yards a carry. Every time he's touched the football. Damn near every time he's touched the football. No set of downs. 10.5 minutes to go in the game. Brady with a quick throw outside to Russell Gage. Picks up a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be second and short. It's going to be second and short now. Second and 3 to be specific. So we creep up on the 10-minute mark of the game. Fournette has, oh my goodness. The handoff, Fournette's not in the game. Second down draw play to White, and he picks up a couple of yards. It's going to be about 3rd and 1. Yeah, it's going to be 3rd and 1 for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Now, if it's a situation where if you're able to stop them, if you're able to stop them here and they punt, now all of a sudden you can feel a little more like, okay, we have a chance. But if you don't, what do you do at that point? Hope to get a turnover? What do you do? That's, to me, that's all I feel like you have at this point is hope you can get a turnover or a stop right here. And the play clock's winding down, and Brady's just going to call timeout. We're almost at the 9-minute mark, and that's the first Tampa timeout of the second half. I will say that I'm shocked at how well this offensive line for New England has held up. Or did I say New England? I saw Shaq Mason and I thought New England. I saw Shaq Mason pop. I thought New England. But for Tampa Bay has held up considering the overhaul that they had in the offseason. Like, that's partially why I was shocked that Brady came out of retirement was because his offensive line, like both his starting guards left. Alex Kappa left in free agency. Ali Marpet retired. His center, Ryan Jensen, tears his ACL in training camp. He's out for the year. Donovan Smith, his starting left tackle, got injured early on. Yes, they traded for Shaq Mason, but it was a completely rehauled offensive line. So, who knows? It was a completely rehauled offensive line, and they've held up relatively well all game. Now, granted, Dallas doesn't have a great pass rush, but they've held their own. They've done well, especially in the running game. I mean, my goodness. Ooh. My apologies for that. We are now at 2nd and 4, and they do an end around to Jalen Darden, and Darden trips on his own guy. and falls after a couple of yard gain. It's not going to be 3rd and 2 for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, as we are now under 8 minutes to go in the ball game. Now, Dallas, they do have their fair share of miracles. As you remember, a couple of years ago, week 2 against Atlanta, where they were down 10 points. They were down 9 points, actually. And they scored a touchdown with under a minute left. Game seemed to be over. They try an onside, the watermelon kick, and Brady gets pressured. And Cameron Brate, it was low, but he dropped it. And it's going to be a 4th down. And there's a Cowboy hurt, but it's going to be 4th and 3 for the Bucs. It's going to be 4th and 3 for the Bucs, but Dallas needed that stop. Okay, and Tampa's going to send the punt unit out. Dallas needed that stop. And they're going to go to commercial break to tend to the injured Cowboy out there. Ooh, my apologies for the yawning. My apologies for that. So now, Dallas is going to get the ball back. Now I feel like, because it's under 8 minutes left, that theory I said earlier about them maybe going for 2 on the first touchdown, now I feel like they have to do that, because that's the only way for them to tie the game. Score 2 touchdowns, 2 extra points to tie the game and hopefully send it to overtime. Hopefully. But Dallas just hasn't been able to get a rhythm. Tampa's just been suffocating them. They've been suffocating them. We're just waiting for them to get back from commercial break. And we are now back from break. They were carrying them off the field. They looked pretty bad. Flag on the play. They're about to punt. There's a flag. It's a false start on Tampa. That helps Dallas out, actually. That helps them out so much. So now they're going to get a better shot at field position now, potentially. 4th and 8 now. And kick nearly is blocked. Fair catch called for at about the 8-yard line. They're going to go to another commercial break. Yes, they will, at 7 minutes exactly remaining in the ball game. And as we wait for them to come back from commercial break, as I said at the beginning of the stream, I will, in fact, be doing this every single Sunday night. I will be doing this every single Sunday night. Every Sunday night football game from now until the end of the regular season. And next week, hold on one second. Yeah, my computer's slow. Oh no, it's slow. Next week we will have, if I'm not mistaken, Dallas. Alrighty, they get another first down to start their drive. Dallas might actually get something. Next week will be Chicago against Green Bay. Chicago with a big win earlier today. And Green Bay, who was embarrassed by Minnesota, but that's a usual Packer thing. In recent years, ever since Matt LaFleur has been hired as their head coach, they've always sort of had an issue of not looking good in week one and getting blown out by competition, whether they should be competing with them or not. So I'm not concerned about that whatsoever. But 2nd and 10 is a short pass to Anthony Brown, and Brown turns it into more, and he gets to midfield. 6 minutes and 19 seconds and counting. And Dallas finally moving the ball a little bit. Took them a while, but they're finally doing something. Anthony Brown, that was a nice move. That was a nice move by Anthony Brown. And Dallas, Tampa's going to send a corner blitz, and they try to do a screen. Levante David just blew it up. They tried to run a screen with Zeke, and they just absolutely blew it up. 2nd down. And Dak looks to have some issue with his throwing hand. Oh, no. It's 2nd and 13. Oh, no. Dak, bad snap. Is that Cooper Rush in the game now? Pass to Anthony Brown. Dak, oh, no. Dak has some issues with his throwing hand. What happened? Oh, it got hit on Shaq Barrett's hand earlier. His hand's been getting hit all game. Pass is incomplete, intended for CeeDee Lamb. 4th and 6. And I think just like that, I think Dallas might just concede at this point. They got their backup quarterback in the game. They got Cooper Rush in the game now. And then it's Cooper Rush, right? Unless I'm just that stupid. But it's 4th and 6. They're obviously going for it. Play clock down to 3. Snap. And it's a false start. It's going to be 4th and 1. Shaq Barrett jumped. Shaq Barrett got a head start. He has his hands like this. Yes, that was you. You jumped off, and it was noticeable. It was noticeable. Oh, Dak's going to damn. Dak's going to the locker room. Dak Prescott's heading to the locker room. It's now 4th and 1. Fourth and 1 for the Dallas Cowboys. More manageable. Snap to Rush. First down to Dalton Schultz. Keeps the clock moving. They're in hurry-up mode, obviously. And here we go. 1st and 10. Dallas in hurry-up mode. Snap to Rush. Rush drops back. He's going to uncork a deep one, and nobody is home. Just complete miscommunication. I'm guessing he tried to hit Houston because that was the only other receiver in the area, but he overshot everybody by 15 yards. Carlton Davis included. He was expecting Houston to go deep, and they were just not on the same page. But it's 2nd and 10 now, 4.5 minutes to go. Rush is now back in the gun. CeeDee Lamb goes in motion to the left. 5 seconds of the play clock. Snap to Rush. He throws it quickly. Down to Simi Fehoko. His first catch of the game. It's now 3rd and 10. 4 minutes and change and counting. 4 minutes and change. 3rd and 5 now for the Cowboys. They got to hurry up. Snap to Rush. Rush, and he's going to get pressured, and he's going to get sacked by Devin White. He had no shot at that. It's 4th down. It's obviously 4 down territory, but it's a 4th and long now. Devin White blitzed, and he just made Pollard. He didn't make Pollard whiff. He threw Pollard out the way. He engaged in the block with Pollard, and then just he just like grabbed them and. But it's now a 4th and 15. Dallas looking for a miracle right now. Snap to Rush. Rush drops back. He's going to throw it deep, and wide open is Fehoko, and he drops it. He had Fehoko wide open, and he dropped it. It hit him right in the hands. Now, granted, the safety hit him. The safety Edwards hit him. Edwards hit him right as the ball got there. But still, that's one where it hits you in the hands. You got to come down with it. And that might just be all she wrote. That might just be all she wrote. We will be here until the clock hits 000. Because, like I said, you never know. It's a shame. Like I said earlier, I don't really know what I was expecting from this game in particular. I wasn't expecting offensive fireworks, but I was expecting, same with the Bills-Rams game, I was expecting more of a true battle. I expected both teams to be evenly matched and meet blow for blow. And just once you get to the second half, it ended up just being being one-sided. Same thing here. Even though on the score, this wasn't as demeaning as it was on the scoreboard as Buffalo LA was. But it was still just one side pounding on the other. It was, even though the scoreboard doesn't show it and there's only been one touchdown scored in this whole game, it was still, for the most part, second half domination by the Bucs. There's no other way to put it. We're just waiting for it to get out of commercial break. But like I said earlier, we are now back. And I will still comment. I will still commentate over the game. Because at the end of the day, I'm a believer of the game's not over till it's over, even though it pretty much is over. Hand off to White, and White breaks a couple tackles for about a 4-yard gain, 5-yard gain. It'll be about 2nd and 5. But yeah, man. Interesting. Brady's never lost to the Cowboys? That can't be right. Really? Brady's never lost to the Cowboys? That's crazy. That's weird. That is weird to think about. This man's a damn unicorn. This man, he's the most unathletic unicorn I've ever seen. First, he scores 58 touchdowns in 2 years at 45 years old. Now you're telling me there's like 6 teams in the league he's never lost to? One of which is his former team, so I hesitate to even say that because it doesn't really count, but because they only played one time. But still, what excuses the other 5 teams have? Huh? Huh? 3rd and 4 now for those who still care. It's 3rd and 4 now. The game's basically over, but first down, we'll put a bow on it. And it's an end around to Perriman, and he just goes nowhere. They actually sniffed that out. And I'm expecting a timeout. Yes, I'm expecting a Dallas timeout, which we in fact do get. I've seen crazier stuff, man. I know. I've seen crazier things happen. I've seen crazier things happen in this league. I've seen Dallas pull off crazy miracles. So I like to say, like it's never over till it's over. And there's still 3 minutes left. And they stopped them, and Dallas could get the ball back, but Dak's not in the game. Though you do have the miracle man, Cooper Rush, who last time he started an NFL game had over 400 yards passing, but you're playing against Tampa. You're not playing against the Minnesota Vikings like he was in that game, and the punt is going to go deep, and he's going to return it, and he doesn't even get to the 20. 2 minutes and 47 seconds left in the ball game. And I think Dak is out for the game. Why wouldn't he be at this point? Especially considering it's an injury on his throwing hand. Yeah, he was twiddling with his thumb. So now Cooper Rush is in the game, checks it down to Zeke, and he drops it. Zeke has always had those issues. How has Zeke never gotten better as a receiving back? He's never gotten better at it. And that was a prime example of it. It hit him right in the hands, and he just drops it. 2nd and 10 now. Snap to Rush. A little bit of pressure. Drops it down to Fehoko. It's going to be 3rd and short. 2.5 minutes left to go in the game. Dallas obviously in hurry-up mode. 3rd and 3. Rush with Elliott to his left. Takes the snap. He's going to launch it deep down the sideline and overshoots Lamb. He completely overshoots Lamb. It's 4th down again now. Don't convert here. Ball game is officially over. So Dallas after this, they have the Bengals next week. That's good. That's going to be a rough one for him, for sure. Fourth and 3 now. Play clock at 5. Snap the rush. Pressure's coming down the middle, and he completes it to Anthony Brown. And they're probably just going to let this go down the 2-minute warning, and they will. 2-minute warning. 2-minute warning now. We're going to head to commercial break. And will we? They're not heading to commercial break. Wow. I'm not used to this. Usually the broadcast goes to commercial break when the 2-minute warning hits, but now, no, they're not. Oh my God. Times are changing. Oh my God. Times are changing. Oh my God. I can't believe. Can you believe this? I can't believe this. 2 minutes. It's 1st and 10 Dallas. We are just waiting for play to resume. Brady and Julio on the same team is still wild to me. Still wild. That's absolutely wild. That helmet on Zeke looks so cool. I'm sorry. It looks cool. It looks cool. I can't help it. Seriously, if you don't know what it looks like, Google it. It will be on Google Images later. He looks like a Power Ranger. It's awesome. This is awkward because, like, usually they go to commercial break at the 2-minute warning, but they chose not to. So, like, everyone's sort of standing around and it's weird and it's awkward. But now we are back to resuming play. Cooper Rush, 1st and 10. He got pressure and he just throws it in the dirt, 2nd and 10. Again, theoretically, they're not out of it yet. Theoretically. If they score a touchdown and they're able to... Oh, they just threw the flag. Are they going to argue intentional grounding that he wasn't out of the tackle box? Ooh. They're ruling an intentional grounding. They're ruling an intentional grounding. Unreal. Unreal, man. So now it's 2nd and 23. And now they're back deep in their own territory. Snap the rush. Pressure again. He just gets sacked. He gets sacked by Vita Vea. Vita Vea was all over him. Minute 30 left in the ball game and counting. This is sad. This is sad. This is... I almost feel bad. I almost feel bad for Dallas. complete to Dalton Schultz. Got a big chunk of that yardage back. It's 4th down now, and the clock's still running. They don't have any timeouts. And you're now under a minute left. 4th and 12. Check down to Pollard, and he just goes down. He just goes down. He didn't even try and pick up the first down. And that's your ball game. That's your ball game. Todd Bowles gets his first win as head coach of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Bucs will start 1-0. Now, as a reminder, I will be back here on YouTube next Sunday, a week from now, as the Bucs go into victory formation. I will be back here next Sunday for the Bears taking on the Green Bay Packers. Also, expect a new podcast out on Wednesday morning, 12 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. And also, if you haven't already, subscribe. Leave a like. If you thought it was good enough, spread it to your friends as well. It helps boost the algorithm for me. Like, share, subscribe. Also, subscribe to my Patreon to help me out financially, to help support this. It will really help with putting food in my belly, so that will be greatly appreciated as well. You will get exclusive content on there as well, if that is what you fancy, or you could just donate it and not even watch that stuff and just feel nice donating that. Or you don't have to do any of that. You could just watch this. You don't even have to subscribe if you don't want to. You could just watch this, and I'm perfectly okay with that as well. Would I like it if you did that stuff? Absolutely, I would. But if you don't want to, that's perfectly fine as well. But that puts a wrap on the first Sunday of the NFL season. I will be signing off. For those of you stuck around to watch, for those of you who are watching this at a later time, thank you for doing so. I will see you guys on Wednesday, and I will see you here live next Sunday. So, with that being said, take care. Have a good night. This is Double Diesel. Peace.